Hi YouTube, this is Gaming Alone for another solo board game review. And today we're looking at Marvel Champions. 1 to 4 players. Created by Fantasy Flight Games. And again, as you can see, it's Marvel. It's a strong IP. It's very thematic straight away. And let's be honest, Marvel Studios at Disney, they're doing really well at the moment, so it should be on everyone's radar. This is a very, very good IP to get involved with. It's going to be supported. It's going to be supported very well. It's a living card game, which basically means it's going to continue to expand over many, many years. The more successful it is, the more expansions we're going to get. There are other LCGs out there. There's the Arkham Horror LCG, there's Lord of the Rings LCG. There have obviously been other card games from Fantasy Flight. And the best way to describe this is it's a great solo experience. However, you miss something. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to convince my wife to play it with me. She's not a big board game fanatic like I am. And she can't, I don't think she sees the value in it. I mean, I do it because I enjoy board gaming. I love the art, the effort, the IPs, the thematics, the entertainment value, the physicality of it. I'm a big Xbox gamer anyway, but having something in your hands, something to do, something to move, it's thematic in itself. It's very hands-on in itself, and it's very creative because you're making decisions. Now with the game, and when I say you miss something when you're playing solo, to get back to my original point, you're playing a game that's meant to be played with other people. So you could play on your own, just like a normal superheroes going out. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Doctor Strange. They have their own little ventures. They go out, they defeat the bad guy, they save the day. Well, hey, but when you're playing the game, there's certain things you do with the cards, and there's certain draws that you'll pull, and there's certain situations you'll get yourself out of that's really nice to share with someone. Oh, look, did you see that? Oh, look what I've got. We're going to be able to beat him now, or we're going to be able to get our leg up and be in a better position for the next turn. And sometimes you miss that, if that makes sense. So, I mean, you could just equate it to, you could play with people, 1 to 4 players, as I said, and you could pretend you're the Avengers taking on the big bad. Or you could play it solo, just pretending you're having your own individual adventure. I suppose it depends on how you want to play it. I prefer it solo because it's very easy to get to the table. It's a bunch of cards. It's a deck. It is a deck building game, but with the standard decks that come in the core set, which this is the Marvel Champions core set. This isn't the expansion. This is the first one that came out. You get Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Iron Man, Black Panther, and Captain Marvel. I've only played as Spider-Man. He's my favourite character out of the lot. Next probably would be Iron Man. Then Captain Marvel. Can't really see her losing. She's probably the most powerful superhero in the galaxy, which makes me think about the film really. And Endgame, so many plot holes, but we'll save that for another film, or another video. But going back to what I was saying, it's a really, really good single player game. You have your decks, you go up against the big bad guy, whether that's Rhino, Ultron, could be Green Goblin, could be the Sinister Six, could be any one of them. And there are more expansions coming out. I believe at the moment there is 5 or 6. There is more coming out. Obviously with hero packs in between. I am set to get the Red Skull expansion. just because I've been told that's the best expansion to get, and obviously I'll do a review of that when I get that. There is obviously character packs that you can buy as well, but again, all depends on the IP. Who's your favourite character? Do you want to collect them all? It can get very, very pricey if you want to collect them all, especially with a living card game. I have sunk hundreds, if not thousands, of pounds into Star Wars Destiny when it came out, and yeah, let's just say that's a game that's dead at the moment, and that was an LCG. So I'm not saying that Marvel will, because I don't think it's got to be up against the pandemic. So I don't think it's going anywhere soon. It is a fantastic game. Like I said, without spoiling much of the game itself, I could do an unboxing if that's what you want me to do. But the simple rules you get in here, learn how to play. If you can see that, learn how to play rules. It's not very long. It goes through different scenarios. It is about 23, 24 pages. Tells you a little bit about the deck customization at the back. But obviously throughout the whole thing, you've got rules you need to follow to play the game. Very easy, very simple, easy to get to the table, easy to to disassemble and put away. They've got a big middle divider inside the box where you've got room for all the expansions. So it's a great place to store it all together. Again, I think the only negative about this game is that there will be some points or some times when you're playing the game that you wish you could share that experience with someone, saying, "Oh, look at this card. Oh my god, look what I've done. Oh my god, I was so close to dying. Now we've beaten the bad guy, or we're in a better place for the next turn, or you've managed to turn the situation around." And it's really it's quite memorable, And like I said to you before, the IP is very strong. You've got all of the Marvel characters you can think of, and the villains. They're still bringing out more expansions and obviously more character packs. I'd highly recommend you getting the core set. Now, if you don't like the look of an LCG with the amount of content that they bring, all I can say is it does keep the game alive and interesting, and it does obviously give you more content and obviously a longer longevity to playing the game longer. But obviously, if you're just going to get the core set, that's enough. There's a lot of game packed into that because you've not only got 3 bad guys, you've got 5 heroes. And if you are soloing yourself and you're trying to beat the game, it's a very difficult game to beat on your own solo. But I have done it once. I've only played it 3 times. But again, it's one of them games that you can pick up and play quite easy setup, and it's a great card management game. You get your deck of cards, you get your 5 cards or 4 cards, depending on how many you can hold, because obviously different characters have different starting hands or hand amount. And yeah, the heroes in there are cool. Not all of them are great. I'm not a fan of She-Hulk or Black Panther, just because they're not my favourite Marvel characters. I'm going to try them out eventually, just to say I've tried them all out. But my favourite Spider-Man always has been, or probably always will be. Yeah, I'd say definitely give it a go. There's obviously better YouTube reviewers out there online that have done a better job than I have. So please check them out. And that's, you've got the Dice Tower, Crackalope. Oh, there's so many out there, it's ridiculous. I just wanted to share my reviews, my thoughts. It's a great game, great solo experience. Hopefully I can crack my wife into playing with me. So we get to play 2-player, as I know it will be a great experience to share with her. But as I'm a solo gamer, I'll continue to play on my own. And as always, stay safe, have fun, and try not to game alone.